Chosen one, listen very carefully. If this title reached you today, understand one thing: this is not random. Your dark side, the part of you that people misunderstood, judged, and feared, that side has been protecting your light all along. Even the angels are stunned at how you survived battles that were meant to break you. You carried storms inside you, but still walked with purpose. You hid your power because the world wasn't ready. But now, God is revealing why you went through the shadows. The truth is simple. The darkness in you was never evil. It was armor. And today, that armor is opening the door to your next destiny. Before you go further, do 3 things to align with this message. Like this video, comment, "I am chosen," and subscribe to send your signal to the universe. Your activation begins now. Your darkness was never evil. It was your shield. People often misunderstand darkness. They think darkness means something wrong, something dangerous, something to be ashamed of. But for you, darkness was never evil. It was your shield. It was the invisible armor that protected your soft heart from a world that wasn't always kind. You weren't born cold or distant. You became that way because life taught you not everyone deserves access to your light. You learned that not everyone who smiles at you has good intentions. You realized that being too open, too trusting, too kind could leave you wounded. So your soul created a protective layer, a side of you that came forward when needed. This darkness showed itself in your silence, when you stopped explaining yourself to people who never tried to understand you. It showed itself in your distance, when you pulled away from situations that didn't feel safe. It showed itself in your tough energy, when you decided you would not let anyone disrespect you again. But what people didn't understand was that none of this came from hatred. None of it came from bad intentions. It came from survival. It came from self-respect. It came from a deep inner knowing that your light was precious, and not everyone deserved to touch it. There were times when someone pushed you too far, took advantage of your kindness, or tried to break your spirit. And that is when your dark side stepped in, not to harm them, but to protect you. This side of you whispered, "Enough." It made you walk away from toxic people. It taught you how to say no. It gave you strength to cut off unhealthy relationships, even when your heart still cared. It allowed you to choose yourself, your peace, your healing. That's not evil. That's wisdom wrapped in strength. Even angels saw this. They watched how you used your darkness with discipline. You never used it to destroy others. You used it to save yourself. You didn't seek revenge. You set boundaries. You didn't become bitter. You became wiser. You didn't lash out. You became calm. You didn't collapse. You rose stronger. This is why angels respect you, because you mastered a part of yourself that many fear. You learned that true power isn't about attacking. It's about protecting. It's about knowing when to be soft and when to stand firm. Your darkness carried your light through storms you didn't even talk about. Through nights you cried alone. Through situations that could have broken you. While the world only saw your toughness, they never saw the truth, that your dark side was like a loyal guardian, silently shielding your soul from everything that wanted to dim your glow. That part of you made sure your heart stayed kind, your spirit stayed pure, and your purpose stayed alive. Today, your darkness still stands with you, not as something to hide, but as something that helped you survive. It shaped you, it protected you, and it made your light even more powerful than before. You saw people's true colors before they saw yours, one of your greatest gifts. Something you didn't ask for, but life trained into you, is the ability to see people's true intentions long before they reveal them. And this gift didn't come from innocence. It came from experience. It came from the heartbreaks, the betrayals, the disappointments that taught you one thing. Not everyone who smiles carries love, and not everyone who hugs carries kindness. Your darkness, your protective side, helped sharpen your intuition to a level most people can't understand. Whenever someone approached you with fake love, hidden motives, jealousy, or manipulation, something inside you tightened. It wasn't anxiety, it was spiritual intelligence. Your energy would instantly shift. Your heart would go quiet. Your mind would become still, and you would start observing, silently, without letting the other person know what you already felt. You didn't need proof or explanations. Your soul sensed everything before your eyes did. It's like your inner world had a built-in alarm system that rang the moment someone came with the wrong type of energy. But instead of reacting, arguing, or exposing them, you chose silence. That silence wasn't weakness. It was wisdom. It was your spirit stepping back, saying, "I see you. And because I see you, I won't let you get close to me." People often misunderstood this. They thought you were pulling away for no reason. They thought you were becoming cold. They didn't realize your soul was simply protecting itself from harm. You weren't judging them. You were just listening to the truth their energy was already speaking. This ability scared people. They couldn't understand how you knew things without being told, how you sensed lies without hearing them, how you felt intentions that weren't spoken. What they didn't know was that your darkness, the part of you that learned to observe instead of trust blindly, was guiding you. It helped you read people like an open book long before they even turned the first page. You never confronted them, never exposed their secrets, never shouted their truth. You simply stepped away. And that step back was powerful. It confused them. It made them wonder what you knew. It made them nervous because they felt suddenly seen, suddenly uncovered. While others would cling to toxic connections, you chose distance. That quiet exit, that graceful withdrawal, is what shows your strength. Angels watched this. They saw how you protected your heart without hurting others. They saw how you walked away with dignity even when others tried to pull you into chaos. That is why even spiritual beings respect you, because your soul doesn't just feel energy, it understands it. Your spiritual radar is sharper than you think. It catches the truth even when the world tries to hide it behind smiles or sweet words. This is why people with bad intentions become uncomfortable around you. They sense that you can see through them. They sense that their mask won't survive in your presence. And they're right. Your soul reads vibes louder than voices. You saw their true colors long before they ever saw yours. And that is what makes you one of the rarest souls walking this earth. Your pain built a power no one can imitate. There are people who go through a little pain and lose themselves, and then there are people like you, who went through more than anyone knows, yet came out stronger than anyone expected. Your pain didn't weaken you, it shaped you. Every betrayal, every heartbreak, every lonely night you spent asking God, "Why me?" planted a secret seed of strength inside your soul. You didn't realize it then, but you were growing roots. You were becoming unshakable. Your dark side, the part of you that people thought was cold or distant, was actually the part that held you together when everything around you was falling apart. It kept your broken heart safe. It kept your spirit alive. It whispered to you in your worst moments, "This is not the end." While your light was fragile, your dark side stood guard around it like a shield. Without that protection, you would have lost yourself long ago. Most people collapse when life becomes heavy. They break when people betray them. They lose hope when things stop going their way. But you were built differently. You turned your pain into understanding. You turned your disappointments into emotional intelligence. You learned how to recognize real love because you lived through fake love. You learned how to build boundaries because you saw what happens when you don't have them. You learned how to appreciate peace because you survived chaos. The battles you faced weren't ordinary. They were the kind of battles that could have shattered your soul. There were days you couldn't breathe from the weight you were carrying. There were nights your tears soaked your pillow while everyone else thought you were fine. There were moments you didn't see a future, but still, a tiny spark inside you refused to die. That spark is the reason you're still here today. Angels watched every moment of your suffering. They saw the pressure you endured. They saw the betrayals that hit you when you were already fragile. They saw the loved ones who hurt you the most. They saw the dreams that slipped out of your hands. They saw the loneliness you hid behind a brave face. And they didn't just see your pain. They saw how you used it. Instead of becoming bitter, you became wiser. Instead of becoming hateful, you became compassionate. Instead of seeking revenge, you learned to let go. Instead of doubting yourself, you rebuilt yourself. That's what shocks the angels. How someone who faced so much darkness didn't turn dark inside. How someone who was pushed to the edge didn't fall. How someone who was meant to break became the strongest version of themselves. The truth is simple. The pain that was supposed to destroy you actually formed the strongest parts of you. The fire you walked through didn't burn you. It forged you. And now you carry a power that no one can copy, no one can steal, and no one can imitate. Your strength is handmade by God and built from every moment life tried to break you. You carry a balance most people can't handle. One of the rarest things about you is the balance you carry within yourself. Most people in this world lean too far in one direction. They're either too soft or too tough, too emotional or too detached, too forgiving or too guarded. But you are both. You hold softness and strength in the same heart. You can be gentle enough to heal someone and powerful enough to walk away from what hurts you. This dual nature is not a weakness. It is your superpower. People often get confused by you because they expect you to be predictable. They expect you to always be kind, or always be silent, or always be strong. They don't understand that you shift depending on the energy around you. You glow around people who are genuine, but you go silent around those who mean harm. You open your heart fully for those who value it, but you close your door instantly on those who don't. This ability to adapt, to flow between softness and strength, is something only a chosen soul can do. You love deeply, but you don't cling. You care with your whole heart, but you know how to pull back when your spirit feels unsafe. You forgive easily because you don't like carrying bitterness, but you still protect yourself because you've learned that forgiveness doesn't mean allowing repeated harm. This balance confuses people because they don't understand how someone so loving can also be so firm. They don't understand how someone who gives so much can also walk away so silently. They can't understand it because they don't carry what you carry. Your softness comes from your light. It comes from the part of you that believes in goodness, healing, compassion, and love. It's the reason people feel comforted around you. It's why strangers open up to you easily. Your soul radiates a peaceful energy that makes others feel safe. But your strength, that comes from everything you've survived. It comes from nights you cried alone, from people who broke your trust, from situations that forced you to grow. Your toughness isn't anger, it's wisdom. It's a reminder that you will not allow anyone to take advantage of your heart again. This balance you carry also extends into your spiritual world. You are connected to both the light, your intuition, your empathy, your spiritual sensitivity, and the shadow, your boundaries, your discernment, your ability to sense danger before it arrives. Most people can only handle one side of themselves, but you have learned how to walk with both. You've learned how to shine without being naive, and how to protect yourself without becoming cold. Even angels recognize this duality in you. They know your spirit has traveled through realms of pain and still remained kind. They know your heart has been wounded, but still chose love. They know your strength doesn't come from pride. It comes from survival. That's why your destiny is bigger than most people's. Because to carry what you carry, to hold both the softness of heaven and the strength of fire, you need a soul crafted with deeper power. You're not one thing. You're everything. A perfect balance the world rarely sees, and even more rarely understands. Your shadow self saved you from wrong paths. There are times in life when your bright, loving, trusting side wants to see only the good in people. It wants to believe in love, loyalty, honesty, and pure intentions. Your light would have welcomed anyone with a smile, given second chances endlessly, and walked into situations without seeing the hidden dangers. But God didn't send you into this world with only light. He also gave you a shadow self, a wise, protective, intuitive part of your soul that senses what your eyes can't see. And this shadow self has saved you more times than you even realize. There were moments when you felt drawn towards someone, but suddenly something inside you shifted. Your energy became cold. Your heart felt uneasy. Your mind became quiet. You couldn't explain it, but the feeling was strong. That wasn't mood change. That wasn't fear. That was your shadow self, whispering, "This path is not safe. This person is not for you. Step back." And every time you listened to that inner warning, you avoided heartbreak that was waiting for you ahead. Your shadow self doesn't speak loudly. It whispers. It gives you small signs: overthinking, discomfort, sudden silence, or a strange feeling of distance. And while your light wants to trust, your shadow knows the truth. It senses energy, not words. It picks up intentions, not appearances. It reads vibrations, not promises. It knows when someone wants to use you. It knows when a situation will drain you. It knows when a connection is karmic and will hurt you in the long run. There were times you almost entered toxic cycles, friendships that would have broken your spirit, relationships that would have stolen your peace, opportunities that were traps in disguise. But your shadow self blocked the path. It made you lose interest. It made you withdraw. It made you slow down. And even though you felt confused, asking yourself, "Why don't I feel the same anymore? Why did my energy change so suddenly?" Your soul knew what your mind didn't. That shift was protection. Your shadow self is not the enemy. It is the guardian of your destiny. It stands at the doorway of your future and decides who gets to enter and who doesn't. It removes people even before you know their true intentions. It ends situations that would have destroyed you. It closes doors that look beautiful but are spiritually dangerous. It has kept you from learning lessons that would have left scars on your soul. This is why chosen ones often outgrow people quickly. It's not mood swings. It's not attitude. It's spiritual intelligence. Your shadow self sees the timeline ahead. It knows what will delay you, drain you, or break you, and it forces you to step away, even when your heart doesn't understand why. One day, you'll look back and realize every sudden disconnection, every strange coldness, every moment you felt pushed away from something wasn't rejection, it was redirection. Your shadow self didn't come to darken your light. It came to protect the destiny that your light was meant to reach. You intimidate evil without trying. There is something different about you, something deep, something ancient, something powerful. You don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to act tough. You don't have to prove anything. Your very presence sends a message to energies that aren't pure. People with bad intentions feel uncomfortable around you without knowing why. They may not admit it, but their spirit senses your strength long before their mind understands it. Your aura is like a bright light in a dark room. Anyone carrying hidden motives gets exposed just by standing near you. It's not that you try to intimidate anyone. You are naturally calm, gentle, and quiet. But your energy is sharp. It is aware. It is awake. And low-vibration people, fake personalities, or manipulative souls cannot handle that intensity. Some will suddenly distance themselves from you. They will stop messaging, stop calling, stop showing up. Not because you did something wrong, but because they know they can't hide anything from you. Your soul sees through their masks, even when your mouth stays silent. Others may react differently. They may get irritated, jealous, or hostile toward you. They may target you for no reason. They may talk behind your back or try to pull you down. This is not because you are weak. It is because you trigger the demons they haven't dealt with. Your light awakens their shadows. Your confidence threatens their insecurities. Your honesty destroys their lies. Your kindness challenges their cruelty. Evil tries to attack only what it fears. Your dark side, the protective part of your spirit, plays a major role in this. It stands behind you like a silent guardian, warning negative energies. Don't come closer. People feel this without understanding it. They sense they can't manipulate you. They sense they can't fool you. They sense you won't tolerate disrespect. Your dark side creates a shield that blocks spiritual attacks long before they reach your heart. It is like a firewall, burning anything that tries to harm you. Even angels know this about you. They see how your presence naturally shifts the energy in any room you walk into. They see how arguments calm down when you enter. They see how fake people get restless around you. They see how truth always reveals itself when you are present. That's because your aura carries a divine fire. A fire that exposes what is hidden. A fire that pushes darkness back. A fire that demands honesty without you saying a word. You are not just spiritually protected. You are protection. You carry a vibration that cannot be faked or copied. You walk with a confidence you earned through pain, healing, and inner growth. You move with an authority that comes from surviving things others would have broken under. You shine a light that forces every lie, every hidden agenda, and every dark intention into the open. This is why negative people avoid you. This is why manipulators fear you. This is why fake souls cannot stay around you for long. Your energy doesn't just intimidate evil, it exposes it. And that is one of the strongest signs that you are chosen. Your spiritual rank is higher than you realize. Most people see you just living your life, surviving day by day, handling responsibilities, trying to stay strong. But what they don't see is the spiritual battlefield you've walked through. They don't know the weight you've carried in silence, the storms you faced alone, or the nights when you stayed awake fighting emotions that could have destroyed anyone else. You aren't just surviving, you are rising. Every challenge has pushed your spirit to a higher level. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every loss has pushed you to grow in ways most people will never understand. There are people who crumble under pressure. They run, they hide, they depend on others to rescue them. But you faced battles without expecting a savior. You fought your demons on your own knees, with your own prayers, with your own courage. You walked through situations where anyone else would have begged for help. But you held on. You kept moving. You kept believing. And that kind of resilience earns you spiritual rank. Rank that isn't visible to the world, but is known in the spiritual realm. Angels respect you because they've witnessed every moment of your journey. They saw the nights when you cried, but still kept faith. They saw the times you forgave people who didn't deserve it. They saw the moments you broke, but still chose kindness. They saw how you handled attacks with grace, how you walked away from situations that wanted to destroy you, how you refused to lose your heart even when life pushed you to the edge. Most people never make it through these tests, but you did. Your dark side played a huge role in this. When your light became fragile, when your heart was exhausted, when your emotions were heavy, your dark side stepped in and fought the battles your light couldn't handle. It protected you from breaking. It created boundaries you couldn't create for yourself back then. It carried the weight when your body was tired. And because both sides of you, your light and your shadow, worked together, you survived things that were meant to end you. This endurance is not ordinary. It is spiritual strength. It is a sign of someone whose soul has been chosen for higher purpose. Some people spend years complaining about small problems. They don't realize you've been handling spiritual warfare silently while still showing up for others. You take care of people while your own heart is hurting. You support others while carrying your own battles. You uplift others when you yourself need lifting. This is the heart of a leader. This is the soul of someone meant to guide, teach, heal, or inspire others. Your spiritual rank is higher than you know. You are not just being protected, you are being prepared. Prepared for influence, prepared for leadership, prepared for a destiny that requires strength, wisdom, and emotional maturity. You weren't chosen because you are perfect. You were chosen because you endured, because you refused to collapse, because you kept your heart alive even in the darkest seasons. This is why your life is about to shift. This is why blessings are drawn to you. This is why your time is coming. You've already passed tests you didn't even know were tests. You're not rising. You've already risen. Your light is about to be revealed. A transformation no one will expect. There comes a moment in every chosen one's journey when the darkness that once protected you begins to step aside. Not because it's leaving you, but because it knows its job is complete. For years, your light stayed hidden, not because you were weak, but because the world around you wasn't ready to handle your real strength. You kept parts of yourself quiet. You dimmed your energy to avoid jealousy, judgment, and unnecessary attention. You stayed low-key so you could survive the storms meant to shape you. But now, everything is shifting. Your light is rising to the surface in a way even you didn't expect. This transformation is not small. It's not emotional mood swings or temporary motivation. It is a deep, soul-level awakening. You're starting to feel clearer, stronger, more confident, and more aligned with who you truly are. Something inside you is whispering, "It's time." Time to stop hiding. Time to stop doubting your gifts. Time to step into your real identity. You're not becoming someone new. You're becoming who you were always meant to be. People who once underestimated you will be shocked. The ones who thought you were quiet, weak, unsure, or average will not understand how you suddenly became magnetic, powerful, and unshakable. They'll wonder where this new version of you came from, not knowing that this version was always inside you, waiting for the right moment to rise. You didn't change overnight. You evolved through every heartbreak, every silent battle, every moment of loneliness that taught you how strong your spirit truly is. Even angels are watching this shift closely. They know your next chapter carries divine purpose. They've seen how long you waited, how much you fought, how deeply you prayed, and how many times you got back up when life tried to destroy you. They know your suffering wasn't random. It was preparation. You were being trained for a destiny that requires courage, leadership, intuition, and a heart full of wisdom. And now, that destiny is opening in front of you, like a door you can't ignore. Your gifts will start activating more clearly. Your intuition will feel sharper. Your decisions will feel guided. Your presence will feel stronger. People will notice your glow even if you don't say a word. Opportunities will be drawn to you. The right people will find you. The right paths will reveal themselves. It's not magic. It's divine timing. You're stepping into a frequency where your light naturally leads the way. Your dark side is not leaving. It's simply stepping behind you, like a bodyguard who knows you no longer need to fight for survival. You've grown. You've healed. You've awakened. Now your light is ready to lead. Not from fear, but from truth. Not from pain, but from purpose. Your darkness protected your light. Now your light will lead your destiny. This is the moment your soul has been waiting for, and nothing can stop what is already unfolding in your favor.